Hey, Gemini. Go, Gemini. Hey, Gemini. Go, Gemini. Hey, Gemini. Yeah. So we looking for them Geminis. Hey, Gemini. All right. Sending you guys light and love, positive energy. Okay. All right, Gemini. First and foremost, I heard the name Susie, Desmond, Fabian, Lennox, Giselle, Brad, Casper, and Taylor. So this could be your name or significant here. Okay. There's also something about Seattle, Washington, 98101. This could be your where you're from. You can have family here. I don't know, something about that. Okay. We also got 1717 showing up for you. So there's something about trust your intuition and follow your inner guidance. You know, God could really be speaking to you on the inside, right? Like something about that. There's also something here about the TV show Crashing. I don't know. You could like have watched this or something. I don't know. Something about this. You could live in those type of homes. Okay. You could be like a guardian. Okay. Let's see. You know I got your download, Gemini. So let's see. It says, Gemini, it is important to understand there are people who claim to be upset with you. However, they are truly at war with self. Okay? Don't allow the conflicting feelings of others to make you feel like you're not good enough. Continue healing, and God is removing all roadblocks. Okay? So there's something about that here. And then we got Yolanda Adams showing up for you. I am, but I am. I'm all that you need. I can, yes I can. No, it ain't too hard for me. Do you know, really know? Do you really believe? Okay, something about that. Let's see what house you're in. Gemini. All right, so you're coming out in the 6th house, the house of Virgo and Mercury, and I love this for you, okay? You know, it's earth energy, so I feel like you could be, like, really connecting with Mother Gaia right now, okay? You could be spending a lot of time, like, keeping yourself grounded, doing things that keep you planted, rooted, grounded, right? Connected to your roots. Something about that here, okay? Now, I don't know, there's something about your health here as well, Gemini. I feel like you could really be like taking your health into better consideration. I feel like, you know, you could be like really paying attention to the things that you consume, you know, paying attention to your sleep and, you know, your body. You could be just really paying attention to self, right? I feel like also right now in this energy, there's something about your service giving. So you could be like in the energy of really wanting to help and give back. And that's beautiful energy. You know, we are here to serve, Gemini. Okay? So find something that resonates with your heart and give back in that kind of way. Maybe it could just be your time in a situation or a place. I don't know. Let's see. Something about a nutritionist. I don't know. Someone's like trying to eat healthier. Yeah, look, the 3 of Wands. Okay? Something's coming in here for you. I feel like, you know, your mind is focused right now. You know, I feel like your mind is in a place where you're ready to explore endless opportunities, okay? I feel like with the 3 of Wands here, it's like, you know, you are ready to act, you know. I feel like, you know, you have a desire, a passion to, you know, be better, right? To move forward in life. I feel like, you know, your work habits are becoming better. I feel like, you know, there's someone and you're trying to become more organized, you know. You're just trying to be more dependable because I'm seeing that you're showing up loyal and dependable here. Okay. Now, with the 3 of Wands here, it could definitely be time for you to, like, explore new territory. You could be a person that's, like, you could have lived in the same community for a very long time. You know, sometimes the community that you grow up in doesn't always support you. So sometimes you have to do things outside of the community that you grew up in, and that's just real, you know. Unfortunately, we have to do that. Sometimes, you know, people from where you're from, they just, I don't know, you know how that goes. It's like, you know, they don't respect you until other people respect you kind of energy. Okay, there's something about attention here. You could be really needing to pay attention to details. Very important here for you, Gemini? Okay. I don't know. I feel like you're coming up very balanced mentally.
I was just putting even down, as you said, balance. I was right.
Wow. Yeah. Right? I feel like you're showing up very balanced. Now, the Seven of Cups did come out for you here, Gemini. So, I don't know. It's like, you know, there could be like some kind of spiritual awakening that you've gone through. I'm hearing someone, you could be having like, this has been coming out a lot, very vivid dreams. Okay. There could be a lot of choices in your dreams, a lot of decisions. And, you know, we are responsible for the decisions that we make in our dream state because, you know, you are responsible for your dream state as well. It's like, you know, you have to use your discernment even in your sleep. And it's like, you know, Spirit is expecting you to make good choices even in your sleep because evil, I just said this, I believe for Aquarius. Go check out Aquarius's reading, right? I just said this, that evil uses even your dreams to try to come in and confuse you. And God is not a God of confusion. So, I don't know, but I feel like you have gotten over this energy. You know, I feel like there were a lot of things that, that were illusions. I feel like there was a lot of trickery around you at one point, Gemini. But I feel like you kind of seen through all of this. Maybe you didn't even, I feel like you knew that this was going on. But you know how sometimes something goes on and you don't really want to admit exactly what's happening. Because like, dang, is this really happening to me? Like, you know, that kind of energy, especially when it's happening in real time. And I feel like, I don't know, I feel like, you know, something happened here and you were able to see. This could have definitely been in some kind of relationship here. But I don't know. There's some kind of like awakened imagination. Okay. Let's see. Okay. There's something about you in nature that's very, very important. And with the Knight of Wands here, I know this to be true. The Knight of Wands loves to get out and travel. The Knight of Wands is very curious, very ambitious, and very young energy. You know, he's not the King of Wands, so he may not be totally 100% as responsible, but he's that fun, young energy that, you know, you like to be in, that childlike energy that Spirit is wanting you to be in. With the Knight of Wands energy here, it's like, you know, this is a positive force that works with passion. So I feel like, you know, you're coming through and you're doing what you have to do to make sure that you have a better life. And because you're doing this, it's like you're a force to be reckoned with. So, you know, you could be in the spiritual streets really taking down some evil here. Okay.
I just put sight suitable in darkness.
Wow.
That is amazing.
Right? Okay.
Wow.
Now, you know, you could be coming off like really enthusiastic, but also like very aggressive in your actions. So it's like, you know, I was speaking about God, and I was like, you know, God is the energy of action. God takes action, fire, energy. And I feel like right now, you know, you're showing up, you're taking action, Gemini. And there could be people that are like mad that they can't get over on you anymore. You know how those people, like, you know, when you have a person that's kind of like narcissistic and you finally figure them out and you finally get tired of it. And then it's like, you know, you know how it goes. Right? We ain't got to keep talking about that energy, but you know how it goes. So I feel like going forward, paying attention to the details is very important. Okay? Definitely getting out into nature and connecting with the Most High Divine. Okay, yeah, consciousness is coming out for you. Number 17, you could have been in a cycle for 17 years. You could have been married for 17 years. You could have a 17-year-old child, but whatever it is, this cycle is over with. It's closed. Chapter is closed here, Gemini. It's something about your consciousness. It says the frequency of consciousness supports our ability to focus our attention on all of the multidimensional aspects that show up, so that we can include them in our reality. Remember I was saying about your dreams, you got to make the right choice even in your dreams, because there are some trickster spirits that want to come in and trap you in your dreams, you know. And then there's other Geminis, and you're having the problem of you're not even dreaming, because guess what? Evil doesn't want you to dream. Why? Because if you dream, then you get downloads from the divine, right? So evil is trying to separate you from your dream. So it's very important that you meditate and you pray before you lay down, okay? Something about that. Consciousness is showing up for you. Okay? I don't know. So I'm hearing someone's alert, okay? Someone's paying attention to these details, right? Something about your mind and your communication. Make sure that you don't allow these trickster spirits to play with your mind. Be very verbal about how you feel in a good way. You know, my mom always taught me it's not what you say, it's how you say it, Gemini, right? So something about that. Let's see. So we got alchemy coming out for you. Yeah, number 8, okay? It says the frequency of alchemy activates our magical ability in remembrance of the magic that we all hold inside. See, you're magical. You're a magical divine being, right? So it says each one of us has the potential to access the ancient knowledge that allowed the true alchemist to perform the miracles of transmutation. And so what that means is you're learning to, have less negative energy and more positive energy. And how are you doing that? By the decisions that you're making every day, Gemini, right? Instead of arguing with people, you're like, reserving your energy for things that are high vibrational. Right? It's like that kind of energy. It's like, you could be doing changes to, you could be taking changes in your health, right? Doing more high vibrational snacks, right? Because you could be a snacker, but maybe you're deciding like, okay, if I have to have my snacks, then let me get some celery and peanut butter or whatever it is, right? You're just thinking on a different level here. And I love this for you. Is something about that? Let's see. You could be getting a new pet, adopting a new pet. You could have just gotten a new pet. Okay, we got the earth coming out to you. I don't know, something about you and this earth here, this earth energy. Okay. We got the frequency of earth activates our deep connection to the physical plane by showing the beauty of all of the aspects of our great mother and revealing the more ethereal spiritual aspects of our nature. So yeah, you're connecting, like you're starting to learn, Gemini, that you are connected to everything. Everything is one. It's indivisible, like that kind of energy. And I feel like you're also learning that, you have to reserve your energies from certain people. Like, I don't know, if you ain't learning before, you really learning it right now. I would say going forward, Gemini, continue to give service. Continue to pay attention. Continue showing up loyal and dependable. And God says pay attention to the details and, alchemy, transmute. Continue to transmute negative energy. God bless you.
Okay, Gemini. You know what it is. You show up in your 6th house. For those of you all who are new, this is the Gemini Soul Report. So you show up in 6th house energy. And the name Chance could be significant. Dominic, Monasia, Kwambi, Carlton, Mwambi, Smoke, Janaea, Lemons, Mykera, Dorset, Awana, Elizabeth, Nancy, Orville, Redenbacher, Popcorn, I don't know, Carlita, Morena, Aurelius, and Yasmin. All right. So you got 3 songs coming up. That one song is I might not need you in the morning, but I need you.
Hey, Wiz Kid.
You don't need no other body.
Wiz Kid and Tim's.
Yeah,
hey.
Okay.
You don't need no other body.
Yeah.
Only you can wreck my body.
All right.
Hey.
And then your second song is Save Me by Jelly Roll. Save me from myself. Been so long. And then the third one is Yes by Shekinah Glory. There is more that I require of thee. Will your heart and soul say yes? Right? All right, so yeah, those songs could be significant. Jumping into your soul report. Before we do that, I do got the footnote. Almost forgot. So in this 6th house energy, Gemini is good for you. I like Gemini in 6th house. It's even killed, right? I like to look at the house of Virgo as the house of equality. Like, 6 being the number of equality. So you in the even kill energy. Very analytical. You could be to the point of overthinking. So watch that. And Spirit says, in spite of the God that we pray to by name, we ultimately make our God what we serve if we not careful. All right, if we don't have balance. So in spite of the God who we pray to by name, we can ultimately end up making something else our God in reality if we don't have our balance. And you show up very loyal and dependable. You have the fox and the house cat and your spirit animal box over here. And both of those animals, they have sight suitable in darkness, right? So you could definitely be in the midst of darkness and you got full sight of it transmuting that kind of energy. And jumping into your soul report. You got the 7 of Cups in reverse, and it's being clarified by the Peace in reverse. So this is your current state right now. So the thing is, I can see you in your mind a little bit in this energy, and I can see you don't have total peace, right? It's not like things are in an uproar, but it could just be something that's nagging at you. More than likely with the 7 of Cups in reverse, it's something that, it probably pull at your mind. You probably spend a lot of time thinking about it. It's something that's shaking up your peace. 7 of Cups in reverse. I'm ultimately feeling like in your footnote, it said you can be analytical to the point of overthinking. And then it shows up in your soul report. So there you have it, right? You could be overthinking. And that could be actually robbing you of your peace in a sense. So maybe balance yourself. You got the 10 of Cups being clarified by happiness. So I'm seeing your family here, right? This ancestors as well as family in the 3D. You do have people that love you, right? You actually could be in a marriage. You have the 4 wands out here too. We get to that. But this 10 of Cups, it's in my ancestral pool, the 10 of Cups, it's like ancestral love, like ancestral gifts. It's not the coins, the pentacles, but it's the gifts. So it's the potential there, right? So perhaps you have a gift, and it's like new to you, 10 of Cups. So you gotta allow yourself to receive it and let it grow into what's known as the 10 of Pentacles. The 10 of Cups is, like I said, it's the love of your family as well as your ancestors. And it's amounting to happiness, which I think is good for you, Gemini. Now you got the moon, and it's being clarified by denial in reverse. So I see you as being a person right now, you could be holding secrets. I actually do see your energy on this card. Like, see the duality? See the color? It's kind of Gemini energy. And I think the moon is a Pisces, right? Cancer. But nevertheless, with this denial card being in reverse to the moon card, maybe your strength lies in the fact that you are secretive or circumspect, or you don't reveal a lot. I do see this, like this moon energy, it amounts to secrets, but it doesn't feel to me like it's bad. Like, I don't feel like it's something that's being hidden. I feel like this denial in reverse is something that you're aware of. That's what makes me think that maybe you are the one. I mean, your ability to hold a secret, it could be a strength here. Only you would know. Next, we had a 4 of Wands, and it's being clarified by humor. So if you're about to get married, congratulations. Or if you just got married, congratulations. I do see a lot of happiness in this 4 of Wands with the humor. It looks like Guatemala Buddha on here. So it's a real peaceful energy. 4 of Wands to the humor is a solid time of joy. Like, it's celebration, it's happiness, it's a form of feeling stable. So Gemini, like I said, with you in this house of Virgo energy, it's befitting. I see that. You know, last but not least, you do have the strength in reverse, and it's being clarified by self-esteem upright. And I like that. I mean, it shows me that even in your weakness, you have the ability to hold yourself together. You have standards, which is good, because the first thing a person compromises when they get weak is their standard. Mm-hmm. So the fact that you have a standard and the strength card is in reverse, but your self-esteem is upright, that's moral character. Mm-hmm. I mean, that to me, that says moral character. Like, it's
a perfect balance.
Yeah, it's like I'm down bad, but, you know, I ain't got to compromise myself. Mm-hmm. You know, it's like your self-esteem. You know, when your strength is in reverse, and I want to say this before I leave, when it's time for us to need help, we have to be able to receive help, right? And with this strength in the reverse to the self-esteem upright, I see you in the ability of being able to receive help but hold your integrity intact. Like, I don't see you in the energy of compromising yourself, Gemini. You got an even kill going on. So I would say, you know, maintain your strength. Your strength could be your silence right now. You have humor and you have Four Wands energy. Get out your head. Don't let your own thoughts rob you of your peace. Remember, in your footnote, it said you show up very analytical to the point of perhaps overthinking. So just balance yourself out. That was your reading, Gemini. I pray that it resonated.